In today's episode, we look at what the Harare Commission of Inquiry uncovered as far as mismanagement within the city of Harare is concerned. Number one is the lack of financial oversight. A critical finding was the absence of a functional enterprise resource planning, otherwise known as an ERP system, since 2019, which has led to a chaotic billing process and poor revenue collection.
The absence of an ERP has allowed for double or triple payments. So a company will just receive a letter from the city of Harare that the city of Harare wants to pay you. In this instance, it was Jet Cross Investment, which wanted to be paid 1.9 billion. And they had to indicate that, look, the city of Harare does not owe us. And another company called Supremacy Private Limited, which had also to decline payments that wanted to be made to it. So it is this problem that I was indicating, that if we don't get an ERP as soon as possible, the cases of this nature will increase.
Experts estimate that this deficiency has resulted in the city losing over 70 million United States dollars every year in uncollected revenue, and now it's a full-blown blame game, with the councillors accusing executives of deliberately stalling the implementation to keep financial records obscure and facilitate corruption, whilst executives, on the other hand, point fingers at councillors, claiming that they passed a resolution that led to the firing of the last ERP provider.
I do believe that this system, whereby we have been going to and fro, PRAS, City of Harare, and the Secretariat, is deliberate, and I would suggest that they might even be working with individuals at PRAS, because every time we submit that we have got an ERP, it's retained for one irregularity or the other. But an organization cannot exist without an enterprise resource package.
Number two is unauthorized expenditure on luxury vehicles. In a shocking revelation, over 1 million United States dollars from city parking revenues was diverted to purchase luxury vehicles for top executives without obtaining the necessary council or ministerial approval, raising questions about the priorities of the city fathers amidst the pressing needs of the city.
Now, when the $1 million was remitted to City Council, we were going into elections. So the council then dissolved. When we came back to then say, okay, what happened to that $1 million, because we had earmarked it for doing the parking lots and all that. We were then told that it was used. What it was used for, how it was used, and then we then learned that purchases of vehicles for the executives had been done in the time whilst we had been electioneering and coming back.
Number three are the excessive executive salaries. City of Harare is parting way with approximately 500,000 United States dollars a month towards salaries only for executives, with the town clerk receiving a monthly salary of 27,000 United States dollars, which can increase to 30,000 United States dollars with additional perks, whilst the least paid executive earns 15,000 United States dollars per month.
In my own calculation, the executive salary role in itself can take about 500,000 US per month.
Yeah.
And that is an anomaly in the sense that you can actually pay.
With that type of scenario, are you able to, is it in any way hindering your performance?
Yeah, it does. It does, because if you are going to be piling up a salary debt of that nature, firstly, it has not been approved by the local government board. It certainly has not been approved by the ministry. And thirdly, it is a huge draw on the resources, because you are talking about people who have the capacity to then allocate. Once there's a pile of money, they are then able to allocate to themselves that amount of money, and we are always in arrears.
On number 4 are lavish travel expenses. Not only do Harare City Council executives get exorbitant salaries as previously mentioned, they also get lavish travel packs.
The evidence that we've received in this commission is that your executives are entitled to holiday allowances, and that the senior ones are entitled to, I think the town clerk is entitled to an international destination or holiday, whilst other senior officials are entitled to regional destinations.
Yes.
Regional being SADC. SADC includes Mauritius,
Okay.
where from the document that I have here, they love to go to. There's also Seychelles and Zanzibar.
The Harare Commission of Inquiry found that over the past year, these executives incurred approximately United States $124,000 in foreign travel expenses, including a notable $18,000 trip to Dubai for the suspended town clerk.
Your town clerk engineer Chisango in the period 2024 was paid $18,286.75.
To go on holiday or in lieu of a holiday that you were supposed to go.
Well, this document says Dubai. It is for a holiday in Dubai. I think for citizens, I think it matters not whether or not they actually went there or they claimed. What is important for citizens, and for this commission indeed, is that an amount of $18,000 was paid last year for him.
Okay.
In fact, then there are others, Chawatama, 15,080. We had Nekairo, who came before this commission. He is due an amount of $15,150. When we look at this document that is before us, what ratepayers are being asked to fork out for the holidays of your executives is $124,459.17.
Is that the total?
That is the total of the figures that are there. I'm not going to the others from line 9 to 13 who actually haven't placed in their claims, but they are coming.
Such extravagant spending on travel underscores a disregard for prudent financial management, especially given the city's pressing infrastructural needs, not forgetting that these perks are only being enjoyed illegally as there is no approval from the local government board. On number 5 is the mismanagement of business units. The commission also heard that the Harare City Council is one of the largest property owners in Zimbabwe after the government. However, many of its properties are mismanaged, with little or no revenue being remitted to council coffers. Some projects have disappeared from council records, whilst others have deteriorated due to neglect. Notable business units like Rufaro Marketing, City Parking, and Harare Quarry are operating without proper financial oversight.
We cannot never have a system that effectively traces or monitors the performance of these entities without this ERP.
Yes, we cannot effectively monitor the processes of council without an effective ERP.
And the companies, whether or not they are remitting funds that they should be remitting to the city council, those cannot be monitored because we are using maybe manual systems or not using any systems at all. It just depends on the diligence of those involved.
Yeah, you are then at the mercy of what the company systems are.
We will release an exclusive solely on this in our next episode. Number 5 are illicit workshops and unjustified expenditures. The Commission of Inquiry had that between December 2023 and July 2024, Harare City Council spent approximately 230 million ZiG, which is roughly around 11 million United States dollars, on frequent workshops, often held weekly or even twice a week outside Harare. An example of this was the IPSAS Policy Validation and Compliance meeting held at the Kadoma Hotel and Conference Center, which cost 154.6 million ZiG, close to 11 million United States dollars. Furthermore, the City Council spent 2,300 United States dollars on lunch for 7 people at the Mayoral Mansion in Gunhill in Harare on May 29 in 2024. Appearing before the Harare Commission of Inquiry, Chairperson of the Finance and Development Committee, Councillor Costa Mande, dismissed that the reported 11 million spent on workshops was actually 2.1 million used over 5 months. He added that council officials who provided the figures to the Commission of Inquiry had either lied under oath or misled his committee. Mande justified the spending on trainings, arguing that they were justified as most councillors did not know how council operates. On number 6 is the bloated workforce and inefficient resource allocation by the city. The Harare City Council employs over 10,000 workers, a number deemed excessively high for its operational needs.
As to why there were so many staff members and whether we needed them, we were told a number of reasons, but one of the reasons is that our operations are too manual. There's very limited mechanization in the part. We have so many general hands in terms of drainage cleaners, sweepers, refuse collections, the road department for potholes. They are not relying on mechanization. There's over-reliance on the actual people.
The redundancy within the workforce, coupled with allegations of nepotism and political interference and recruitment, has further compromised the council's efficiency and service delivery. On number 8 are illegal land sales and corruption. The Commission heard that institutionalized corruption has allowed developers to sell 10,000 unserviced residential and commercial stands in Mavuku and Warren Park, contrary to their development agreements. The Council's Audit Committee Chairperson, Councillor Blessing Duma, revealed that top officials were in cahoots with developers, leading to an estimated loss of 20 million United States dollars. Housing Director Mr. Edmond Cairo testified that councillors were illegally allocating land, often bypassing proper procedures.
You admitted before this commission that councillors used stands derived from the regularization process to benefit their supporters, their political party supporters.
On number 9, Harare City Council Medical Aid. The Harare City Medical Aid Society came under intense scrutiny for its decision to purchase a 12-room house in Rua for a whopping 1 million United States dollars, an exorbitant expense that epitomizes the pervasive financial irregularities within the city.
The stand is 800 square meters.
Okay. You confirm that in fact there were attempts for a double payment?
Yes, a double payment was actually paid, yeah. That's why it got to 1.2 million.
Okay. That was corruption?
Yes, that's corruption.
Okay.
Who by?
By Hamas at that particular time, the executive of Hamas.
This transaction, executed without securing proper title deeds, highlights a broader pattern of mismanagement where public funds are misappropriated for personal gains, with money often being paid twice.